So, hi, I'm Nicole for those who don't know me, and today I'm going to show you something very exciting, or let's say something I find very exciting, and that is planning a photo session shoot for your personal projects. That includes, choosing your color palette and choosing the outfits your models might wear, and if necessary, creating pieces for the outfits with fabrics, with tulle. As you can tell, I didn't do the skirts, but we're gonna get there. And stay tuned and let's get started. So I think the first thing we need to do when we're starting a project or trying to collect ideas is to do research. And I think the first research that can help sometimes is just to go within ourselves and just think about what we like before we go online and get all the influences that we're gonna eventually get there anyway. So I think for me what helps me generally is to have like a notebook. So this is actually the notebook I'm gonna use for this year. There's nothing in just yet, but I'm planning to use it for a shoot that is coming up in a week time, and I want to actually create a top for it because I cannot afford to buy or want to or can borrow it anywhere, so I have to do it myself. So drawing and writing stuff in these books can really help to manifest ideas. Of course, it doesn't look as the way you would love them to be, but it just really helps. So after you've done your research, like within yourself, with drawing, writing things down, and thinking about the colors that are interested for you, you can then choose to go online and try to research a bit more focused on Pinterest or any platform that you love. Because I think that the moment you have established what you like, you see, that's what's going on. So the moment you've established an idea of what you like, I think you can go into the research online a bit more focused, because then it's not like you're not gonna get, too much, oh yeah, this looks cool, or this looks cool, and then you get lost and then you don't know anything to do anymore. So for me, it just really helps to be like, okay, I want to do this airy fairy type of photo shoot, and I want, loads of tulle, load of, light fabrics. So what do? After I've done my research, I've done my odd drawings, of course, nothing is going to look like what I really want to, but it's definitely going to help me to establish an idea of what I'm looking for. And when I do the research, the second part, it's also really good. Listen to good music, really bring you in the mood of inspiration where it just feels like, yes, I want to just, create. And I think it's just very important. So for this look, like I wanted to stay quite in the brown type of idea and have like the contrasting, white ivory kind of color, and to do it like that because I wanted to do something a bit more like a ballerina type of aesthetic. If I start with the brown, because that was my favorite, because I really like earthy colors, I created these tutu type of things, and the inspiration for the tutu type of things came up when I saw, girls like the tutu, like the parents made for the kids, and then they wear them and it looks so cute. And I decided, oh, that's cute, but I don't want it for the whole, like for the skirt, because I can get like a skirt that I bought on Amazon, but I wanted to do something, that is variable, so I can, depending on what type of shoot I'm doing, I can really change it up and make it look different, and I can have it like, like as an armband, or depending on how, how far the neck goes, I can, make like a bandana with it. So I wanted pieces that I make that are variable and that I can always change them up for different looks, and to make it just look a bit more fun and different, and just to get more, the vision I am looking for personal projects. If it's like a ballerina idea, but it's not necessary the ballerina itself, but the story with the person, because for me the clothing is decorating the story and the person and the ideas. And that's how I did this. I'm gonna show you how I created this, because for this I didn't do any sewing. I'm gonna link down below the video I watched to get my inspiration, because you know, we're all feeding from each other. So basically the tulle ring consists of little pieces of tulle that are cut in the same size. Again, the video I'm going to link down below will show you step by step how this works, but it's super simple. So when you have cut like 100, or depending on how big the ring is, the pieces you need, you will then at the end basically buy like an elastic, and with the elastic you can you sew it into like a circle, like a hairband, and then later you will take the pieces of your tulle to knot it on it. I hope it's understandable. If not, again, there's a great video that explains what I just do, but this is super simple. And then I also, just for my specific look, I created a piece that was not in a circle but rather long, and that had loops where you can put your arms around it, so that you have like a chest tutu. I don't know how to call this. And the idea was that it should look like a top, so while photographing I had to be super careful not to reveal any boobs or anything. But if you do it really well, it will look amazing, what you're gonna see in the upcoming video where I do the photo shoot, and you can see the results of the pictures I've been taking. Of course, you have to think about who is going to be your model, and that's quite a crucial part that can make or break your picture, because the person who tells the story in a way, and of course in the relationship you have with each other and all of this type of things. So looking out for the right person can definitely be good. For me, most of the time I talk or choose models or people I would love to photograph by, you know, talking to them on the streets. That's how most of the time I found my most models. Even in COVID time I did that, but not as frequently. Of course you could do Instagram as well. But I really love seeing the people in person, and to really see if I vibe with them, if I like the look in person and not just, you know, on the Instagram picture, and just to see how I actually like them. Yeah, so if you found your perfect model with the perfect, you know, like whatever you're looking for, then you can definitely, you know, ask them if they're cool. And I think also don't get upset if whoever you're looking for doesn't want to be shoot, or you know, or it doesn't come out as you like, because it's a process of finding people who you can, you know, work with in a respectful way on both sides. And it's just better to find people who really want to do it, and not just you know, do it halfway, and who are open as well to your concept and ideas. I think that really helps as well, because then it makes it just a lot more fun. And if they're like, yeah, let's do this, or if they also bring their own ideas in. Like for me, models are not just like, you know, objects or puppets. They are people, and you know, they need to be, you know, respected and treated well, and just as how I want to be treated well. And then we, you know, collaborate and see how we can make it work the best way. I think the main, you know, the aesthetic was definitely carried with the background that I painted. If you want to know how I did that, you can watch a video that I made about it. So I'm gonna link it down in the description box so that you can have a look at it. So it kind of carried like a big, you know, big aesthetic, the green, the earthy vibe, and so I kind of wanted to stick with that, and that's why I kind of chose more neutral colors, because I didn't want anything to overpower the background, and I wanted to have like a more harmonic aesthetic. So as you can tell, my color harmony, my color aesthetic was ranging from green, brown, ivory, white, and that was simply it. And you know, that's also how skin tones kind of vary if it comes to this type of colors. What I really like, and it's important to me as well. So it was very also, I really like to, you know, get models who had, you know, similar or skin tones or interesting skin tones for the look I was looking for. So that's also something I considered. And also what can help sometimes is to also write down the process and how it is actually. Wait, I can show you something. Can I not? Yes. Like, it helps me a lot sometimes. I mean, it helps me a lot sometimes, but I've stopped lately to write down, you know, how I felt while I was doing the shoot, or what I didn't like about the shoot, or something like that. Having this diary kind of makes you realize how much work you actually do, because sometimes the picture is done, you send it off or whatever, and then you forget about it. But it's such a long process, and we should respect the work we are actually doing. So in this book, it's a book with loads of stuff, but I mean, you remember this shoot I posted as a video as well. You can also go to the description box, and I wrote down like, you know, the process a little bit, and that was really thoughtful. Or even with Lara, I even forgot to actually write, but it's still nice to print stuff out and to show how it goes. Or a shoot over here where I also wrote down couple of stuff, you know, the images I liked were on this side, and the images didn't work out because they were too overexposed and stuff like that. So after the shoot, you know, and in the post-processing part, doing that is also quite, I think, a big part of the planning, and to really see the growth you are actually having. When it comes to the clothing of the cream, I did the same as with the brown. I did like this tutu rings for the arms, and I went to the store over here somewhere and bought like a very cheap tulle. It's very good. It's super easy. It is very soft. It's not even soft. It's super different. You see, and then over time you also learn that there's so much. There's so many different types of tulle. This one is super soft and very, you know, way, you know, more delicate, while this one has a bit more of a, you know, I don't know, it's very straight and very hard, and I prefer soft ones. But then at the same time, in the photograph, it was still very nice both, even though this is my favorite, and the variety of this one I prefer. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you're looking forward for part 2, where I show you the shooting I was doing after the planning. And I hope you're also looking forward to part 3, where we do the printing. Well, I just show you my printing process. And yeah, if you're new here, if you want and you enjoy the content, subscribe, leave a like if you like, and also leave a comment if you have something to say. And thank you for watching, and I see you soon.